I don't know, figure out what to call this video, but this video is going to be the ultimate video on how to practice God realization, aka how to practice enlightenment, aka spiritual enlightenment, I call it, aka open up your third eye, aka activate Kundalini, all that shit y'all say, the new age, everything, Christ consciousness, one with Jesus, experiencing Allah, Buddha consciousness, becoming Brahmin, becoming the higher self, the true self, all that bullshit, becoming God or whatever, all that. I'm gonna tell you right now, all that shit is. Like, Dios not me alone. Where did this shit up? What's up? Well, I don't think I need it. I don't think I need it. Hold on. Come on, to the nicotine, the fucking nicotine. $2 I give my son. I'm gonna get something to my employee. I'm gonna try to, I don't know. I guess I could eat something. I can't be doing $2 anyways. I would have like 5, but my fucking car charge is free. I'm getting banged out this week. I'll do it. I'm gonna do more. But what's not even gonna do that shit, they need this more. To get the black shit, to get out of your head. I'm not even gonna do this. That's about all right. So yeah, like I was saying, well, all that shit is really pointing to what it means and actually is. Like, it's common sense. It's actually common sense. Like, it's actually legit common sense. As in the common sense that you can never actually understand. Yeah, that's the whole thing, guys. All this time I've been doing all this meditation, taking all these fucking psychedelics or going to these fucking retreats, paying money to the meditation retreats, and like hiring people one-on-one sessions, like gurus to talk to you about getting in line. As anybody actually truly getting in line. Like once you reach a certain level, you realize that shit was a joke. Like I'm telling you right now, stop. It's impossible to get enlightened. It's impossible to become God realized. It's impossible to reach over 800% God realization. Like just stop. Give up. It's impossible. Because you're actually born like that, right? You're actually born with infinite God realization levels. You were born at full enlightenment. You were born at God consciousness. You were born with your third eye open. You were born with Kundalini active. What else they fucking say? You were born with fucking Jesus all consciousness and one with fucking first found the one with God. Like, you're already good. If you're a Christian believer, realize that you're already saved. I don't know what they say about Jews and Muslims and shit, but yeah, just know you're already good. Like, this God they teach you like judges and shit is bullshit. It's a human invention. Like, it's a human invention, bro. was came up by man. You're like everything you've ever been told about anything, science, God, that you're human, all that, like it's functional, it's useful. Like yeah, it makes complete sense. But it's not true. What do I mean when I say it's not true? Like what do I mean by true and not true? How's your question? How do you actually decide what's true and not true? Think about it. Like how do you know what's true and what's not true? Think about that. Think about that while I take this hit. We just want to do some but he just wants inside the house. This is safe for later for us to smoke, and just smoke for yourself. You know that? How many video are there? How many videos are there? There's a lot of video. We want to hear all that. Videos. Wait. Oh, it's not. You got the other one, right? Yeah. I'm gonna get it. I don't know. Maybe. I'm gonna try for a little bit. I'm not gonna try hard though. We just smoke weed. We smoke crack tomorrow. You know, I'm gonna hide out. $2 in the memo and 218. So I'm gonna waste it though. I'm gonna waste it probably. I think I'm gonna waste it. I'm gonna waste it something pretty soon. Nah. That's what I'm saying. They're waste it. Huh? Alright, so where was I? Cause it's gonna be, actually I thought it was gonna be a quick video, but no. I'm gonna make this a long video. Yeah, so the video is gonna be how to practice spiritual enlightenment. Like you're about to learn how to practice spiritual enlightenment, like how to practice God realization, like everything I always talk about, anything. I'm gonna show you how to become it, how to feel it, how to be it, and what it really means. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'll take a knife right now, and I'm gonna tell you. I ain't even pause, I should have paused that. But fuck it, this is my boy, my guru, the old guru, Asha.org. Which I'm back to listening to. Manipulation and information warfare. I'm back to listening to Leo. All the money that's being stolen. Hackers. Again, I'm back to listening to Leo, and I'm on another level now. I'm in a much higher state of consciousness now. That's the reason why what I'm gonna say right now, it's gonna sound sort of different to what I usually say, and like the way I usually speak and shit. It's because I reached a real, like a much higher state of consciousness now. Now that I've actually quit my medication. Now I legit quit my medication. I quit crack for good, but I got back on crack just because, you know, I realized after 3 days of just not smoking it and just meditating and like hearing like true high level, like high consciousness, watching outside dogs in this videos, high level stuff, and actually being the level I'm at now without the medication, helping me, like I actually really understand what he's saying, and I actually feel what he's saying, and it hit me and it made me click multiple times. Like I realized, yeah, like I said, you already are at like whatever level of ism I say I'm at. Two things, three things actually. I'm sorry. Number one, whenever I say I'm on a level of ism, no matter what level I say how high it is, I'm lying. First off, I'm actually lying about the level I'm at. I'm actually way higher than that. Like I'm actually at infinity already. I am at infinity already. That's legit. Like actually, I'm at feel infinity, level infinity. And the whole thing is that you are also on the same as that level as I am, because there is no me, there is no Edison, there is no Messiah. There's only you. And when I say I'm the Messiah, I'm actually telling you that you're the Messiah. You are the Messiah. I'm not the Messiah. Well, I am the Messiah, but you are the Messiah. You are actually a part of me, and I am a part of you, and we are all one, and we are all different pieces. We're like a body. We make up the body of a higher organism, of a much higher organism, or even can call organism, which is what we all call God. This thing that we actually call God, what we actually mean when we call God, is the higher level, the higher consciousness thing that we actually all are, and that we actually all are part of, and we all are. Basically, we're all cells. We're really just cells, or fucking, I don't have to say anything. That's true, but I'm saying in a way you can understand. Because basically, because you know everything about science, and you were taught from 12 years of schooling, so you think you're a human, you think the human body is made up of cells and atoms, and all that bullshit. So we are all cells in the body of God. That's what's actually happening, going on right now. That's actually what it is. No.
When you give powerful technology to idiots, they might blow up the whole world.
And also listen to what he's saying and listen to me at the same time. That's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start doing his videos, because I think I could put his videos. I don't know. I'm gonna say videos aren't copyrighted like that, and they don't get copyright struck. So until I get a way to get some custom soundtrack for my channel, which I'm in the works of, which I'm actually gonna plan on buying soon. But anyways, for now, yeah, we're gonna pretty much just like
depend upon having a healthy population.
Have like gurus and high level people talking in my background.
People are brainwashed with conspiracy theories and all sorts of crazy, ridiculous ideologies through Facebook and through YouTube and other channels and sources of disinformation. It's all connected. And you have yet to realize the significance of that. This is the entanglement problem. So, let's now directly answer the question of what is science. And this is a question I want you to contemplate independently for yourself for the next 10 or 20 years of your life. What is science? I want you to derive these answers for yourself, but in the interest of helping you along, I'm going to give you some of my own conclusions from having contemplated this question.
And this is what he said right now. I'm going to my shit, and I'm going to tell you how we do this level.
The way I'm going to give this answer is not as a single statement.
This right
it has multiple perspectives.
I'm going to do. I'm going to let him talk about two perspectives. Then I'm going to pause it. I'm going to say my opinion, my version, and then I'm going to give, and then from there I'll put it back. I'm sure. Wait, let's listen.
It's a mishmash of different perspectives that are interpenetrating and connected. So here are different lenses at which you can explain what science is. So first of all, science is an imaginary scheme for explaining, predicting, manipulating, and making sense of the world. That's one definition of science. Another definition of science is that it's a projection of the mind. Another thing we can say about science, another perspective, is that science is a human invention. Another is that science is a collection of beliefs, ideas, concepts, and models. That science is symbolic representation, the map, and not the territory.
See, I heard all that. I'm going to repeat it. I think I remember. The first one he's told that science is an imagination, an imaginary scheme used to make sense of the world. And I'm not going to between the other ones. You heard it. So here's my version of what science is. Science is the ego's pitiful attempt at controlling and owning and making something out of existence and what is and nature and the present moment. All those words that existence, reality, the present moment, the present, now, all these words all point to the same exact thing, which is literally the feeling of you. It all points back to you. You have to understand that everything connects to you. Everything is connected to you. Everything you see happening before you in the present moment, everything, it all ends up being connected to you. But it's connected to you in such a deep and interwoven, like tangled up, crazy ass fucking way that it takes to make a very long time for you to fucking take out. I mean, there's a word for this shit. Like, it's like the shit that cats like to play with that are like all fucking. Like, like tangled up, like fucking wool. Like, yeah, wool. Like tangled wool. I don't know what they call it, I don't know. I forgot the word. But basically, you've seen that picture of the cat. I mean, I'm sure you've seen pictures of cats and shit or something, animals, whatever, playing with like a ball of wool. And the ball of wool is actually the cat's wall itself. It's his tail and it's trying to unravel it. And when it ends up unraveling it, it's going to literally unravel itself as well. And also, you know the original number one symbol of non-duality, of spirituality, which is the Ouroboros, the snake eating its own tail. You have to understand, that literally says it all right there. Like, if you can see that picture, actually see it, and then and actually see it for real, see it, and see that that's literally you, that you are the Ouroboros, that literally exactly what's happening right now, literally what's happening, it's literally you consuming yourself. That you are the source of existence itself, and you are consuming the now, the present, and that's what time actually is. That the flow of time is literally just you consuming, just you exploring and going through infinity and being infinity, and infinity should be just flowing through and eating itself and creating itself at the same time. Like, yes, man, that's what you actually are. But like, you cannot understand that. You can't understand that. You can't know that. You can't solve that with logic. You can't solve that with thinking. You can't solve that with the ego. You can only like hear the words I'm saying and what I'm telling you, and like try your best to read between the lines of what I'm saying and see how simple what I'm saying actually is, and how it's common sense, and how it's actually like, what I'm actually trying to tell you. Like, I'm trying to literally, like, what I'm doing right now is practicing, playing Taoism, playing non-duality, playing enlightenment, putting oneness into practicality, and it's like explaining it to you, telling it to you, so that you can actually feel and experience of oneness and your true self, and what God actually is, and pointing to what God, reality, existence, the self, you, the true self, what awakening, well, all those words, everything you've been hearing about for so long, over and over again, what those words are actually pointing to and is, and not just having that concepts and things you think happen, and you think something's gonna happen to you, think you're gonna feel this crazy ass shit, and it's not like that. It's completely actually like that exactly, but it's not like that. It's literally not like that at all, but it actually completely is exactly what you're imagining, and it's actually beyond that, way better, and infinitely better than what you imagine it to be. And it is a crazy explosion, an amazing crazy shit insight, that when you actually understand it, you're gonna be like a crazy, actually fucking, like, super crazy, big, like, bang. Like, you literally just melt into reality, and it's like you die. But you actually see what death actually is, what death really is. And then, like, basically, it's like you see it, and then basically from there on forward, it's like you're dead. But you're obviously not that, you still exist, but it's like you actually aren't alive anymore or dead, and you aren't human anymore. Damn, I just went hard. So long, I'm taking that right now, I'm gonna continue. Man, I'm not gonna stop yet. I could stop here, it's literally more than enough, but I'm gonna keep going because I'm enjoying this. I'm generally enjoying this. Like, I realize that this is what I love. This is why I made a YouTube channel. Like, this video in here, what I just said, is literally the reason I made this channel, and all the channels I made, and everything, like, everything I want to do in life, everything, is express this feeling, what this is, and what I feel right now, literally after having, like, quit my medication for, like, 5-6 days, and actually, like, experiencing all these high levels, these crazy awakenings I felt, and then, like, the level I'm at now, and what I actually see now, and literally, and, like, how I actually feel it, and these things aren't just theories and concept ideas for me no more, they're literally just common sense, and I, like, literally experiencing my direct experience all the time, always have, and always will, and it's like it's always getting better. Like, literally just always getting better. And that's how I was able to quit crack. Like, I will never smoke crack ever again, but it's like, my homie, is paying for it, so like hooking me up, whatever. I haven't paid for it today just now, but in general, I'm not paying for it. So it's like, whatever. And I realize now that knowing what I know now, you realize that there's nothing wrong with anything. Nothing is bad. Like, nothing is bad at all. There's no such thing as bad, there's no thing good. Everything is simply just what is. There's no bad or good. There's no one to know what's good and what's bad. How can you know what's good? How can you know what's bad? Like, how? Think about that. Like, question that. How can you know what's good? The only reason something's good is because they benefit your survival and your ego. Your ego, what you think you are, your sense of self. It's human you think you are. That's what it is. What you call good benefits that. So that's what you call it good. And what you call evil harms that. So we call it evil. But when you understand and realize that literally all concepts and all language and everything that you ever thought you knew was wrong, and it's all imaginary and it's all created, you were taught it, you were imprinted that you created it through your own mind, that everything that's happening right now, this whole like existence shit, like reality shit, the shit I call ism was actually just, that's like the best way to call it, actually just ism. Like ism is literally a creation of your mind, and everything is ism, and existence stuff is ism, it's Godism, and you are Godism, and that's what pure ism actually talks about and teaches and is. And it's like, when you actually realize that and see that you're creating and actually see and understand how you're creating it, and the fact that you actually are creating it, that's when life truly begins. That's when life starts over. That's when you start over and you're reborn, you're dead, and you're born again. The other thing, I actually understand, it's actually interesting that, that Christianity and Catholicism, whatever, actually talks about this shit. Like, they have a lot of these names and things. That's why I never had a problem with Jesus. It was just like the way people thought about, the way people interpret Jesus' message. That's the problem I always had. But I never had a problem with Jesus. Yeah, I'm talking about Jesus as his head. I don't know why I'm too fucking. Let me take more. Alright, here we go. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna do music, but I find actually fitting that I'll just be silent. I just shouldn't have music. There actually shouldn't be any music for this. And not for this one. So yeah, like I was saying pretty much. I forgot where I was saying, but like I could always talk about this shit forever. So let's see. Right. You are the thing enlightenment, God realization is pointing towards, but it's not you as your name and your identity or anything like that. It's the actual thing you feel that you call you. That's what we're talking about. That's what it means when they say there's you and they say there's no self. They're not saying that there's no thing that you that there's no self. Actually, the self is the only thing that's actually automatically true 100%. But they're talking about like the real self, like what the real self, like the legit real self, like the real self. Hold on, let me pause this. Actually, I'm gonna end this video for now. Video's long enough already. Like 23 minutes, yeah, that's good. So yeah, that's pretty much how to practice God realization. Peace.